Hi there, my name is Chris. I'm here today to tell you about the book that I've wrote. It's about the loss of my son. I lost my son 13 years ago. The most traumatic time in a parent's lives. You left speechless. There's no way on this earth that you're going to deal with this. In your mind, you're blank to everything else around you. But I just want to let you know that my book is called There I Was, Here I Am. And this is for people that are out there that haven't got anyone. I had a good family, loved ones that took care of me and helped got me through this. But I do understand there are people there that have no one else out there to help them, and they can't reach out and they can't get the help they need. And sometimes you go to psychiatrists, it's not the help you need. You need to talk sometimes to strangers. I got through it. Mainly I spoke to strangers sometimes, and I found they were my saviour. Talking to my family even sometimes. It was heartbreaking because I would bring them down back to a level where I was when they were trying to pick themselves up. So I found a new way of doing it, and I spoke to strangers about it. Sometimes they would cry with me. Sometimes they'd be strong and listen. But it was just the listening and knowing that I could really be myself and say what I wanted to say without hurting the people that I loved. And this has helped me, and this is what my book is about. I really want this book to get out there and help other people. There are mothers and fathers out there of all kinds that need to know the grief and pain they're going through. They will survive it, and you've got to draw the strength from the person that you've lost, the child you've lost. You draw the strength from their love that they've left you. And think of the time it's better to have loved them for the short time you've had them, or the years you've had them, than, not ever having that love at all. And that's how I'm trying to get through this myself. Still finding it, still have my bad days. But do have my uplifting days. Some days I feel a bit better, some days I'm down. It's life. I'm just going to read you a little bit from out of the book, just to show you how I did feel in a panic and fear attack. Words can never describe the hurt and pain that comes from deep within your soul. Grief runs through your veins like poison, with no cure in sight. Imagine you are at the seaside and calm, just out in the sea where you feel comfortable. Suddenly, out of nowhere, this giant wave hits you so hard that it knocks you straight off balance, and you go under deeper and deeper until you're swamped with water up your nose, in your mouth. You're in shock. You hear loud noises in your ears and see flashes in your head, and you can't see properly, and you're struggling, but you can't swim and you can't breathe, and you're so weak that you can't help yourself. You're drowning. This is how I felt every time I get those unbearable attacks of panic and fear. But I am drowning in pain and being poisoned by grief. If I was at the seaside before I lost Naylor, and someone had asked me to read the words that I have just wrote, I would have put a fear in me, and I would not have wanted to go near the sea. That's how I felt about life every time I had an attack, or even thought of what happened to my son. I didn't want to be here, living in this world. Seemed impossible. I've just read that piece from my book. Hopefully it will let people know that I felt like this. I still feel like it some days, but there is an insight. There is someone there to talk to. Reach out, and I hope when my book comes out, I hope it helps so many parents or so many people that have lost loved ones. It is really aimed at parents that have lost children. And, you know, every day there's mothers that their sons, soldiers, go off to war, don't come home. There's so many hundreds out there somewhere, and they need someone that they can talk to or someone that they can relate to. And I'm here, and I want my book to get out there and put my heart over to your heart. I want that feeling that everyone has someone just to listen to or just to relate to. That is the most important thing. My book is going to give this message of being there for someone and helping people. Thank you for listening to me. This is only a small part of my story, just a few words, and I'm so looking forward to sharing the rest of it with you. Thank you for listening to me.